What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. We have some new updates about what we believe to be Thor 5 today, but could actually be a Thor series possibly coming to Disney Plus. It also looks like a specific actor has been cut from the Fantastic Four, and given the fact that the runtime has recently been changed, this might actually be the case. They might have cut out a villain and his scene entirely from the Fantastic Four, and we'll go over that in this video as well. We also do have some news about VisionQuest, news about Ultron, and how many episodes it is going to be. So lots to talk about today. Also, I did a recent video talking about the Things beard on TikTok and Instagram. We're trying to grow on those platforms, so if interested, we'd love a follow. So diving into Thor, we've heard a lot about Thor recently. Thor 5 is all but confirmed. It's been reported by multiple outlets, and it's been reported that Thor 5 is most likely going to take place after Avengers Secret Wars. And now it looks like we could have actually two different Thor projects coming after Secret Wars, really leaving us to believe that Chris Hemsworth's Thor is not done and might not be done for a while. We do know that some of our characters are going to go from the universe we're in right now into the new soft rebooted universe that we're going to be getting after Avengers Secret Wars. We knew characters like Tom Holland were going to pass over, probably some of the new Avengers, the young Avengers, but now it looks like an OG Avenger. Thor is going to continue his story, possibly many years to come after Avengers Secret Wars, till he's 90. Because we just got a new report from Daniel RPK stating that right now, Marvel Studios is developing a new project titled Thor Quest. Now, that's really all he said. That might have been all he heard. We really don't know if this is going to be perhaps the title of Thor 5. It very well could be. Or if it's going to be some type of Disney Plus show. Thor Quest does sound like the title of a Disney Plus show. However, them making a Thor Disney Plus show would go against what Marvel Studios has recently said that they're going to do moving forward with their Disney Plus shows. They said that they are going to really focus on grounded street level stories, and the main characters, the main Avengers, they are saving those for movies and not Disney Plus shows. They're going to focus on secondary characters for Disney Plus shows. That way you don't have to actually watch all the Disney Plus shows to know what is happening in the movies. So as of right now, I would say that this is probably the title, or at least a working title, for Thor 5, even though, again, the title, Thor Quest, kind of sounds like a Disney Plus show, but I think that's just because we have VisionQuest coming up. So it kind of sounds familiar. But as far as what Thor Quest could possibly be about, we do have to keep in mind that it will come after Secret Wars, according to recent reports, which means it will take place in a new-ish universe. It'll be incredibly new to Thor because we'll have the Fantastic Four and we'll have the X-Men in it. And since right now, according to this report, it's titled Thor Quest, it makes me think that since it is going to be a new universe, Thor might set out on a quest to find Asgard. If it's a completely new universe, remember, not just Earth, but a new universe, and possibly a new multiverse, depending on how they restore the universe on the multiverse at the end of Secret Wars. And Thor starts to see all of these new characters all of a sudden. For example, we could get a new Tony Stark, a new Captain America. These characters who have died before could come back, and if Thor sees that, he might realize, well, maybe my mother's alive. Maybe my father Odin's alive. Of course, it won't be the same, but maybe that's when he decides to go seek them out, to find Asgard once again, because in this restored universe, perhaps Asgard has been restored as well. So he sets out on a quest to go find his home and his family. And speaking of family, perhaps he's going to search for Loki as well, considering that Loki is going to play a really big role in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And we assume, since he's been good in all of the Loki series, that he's going to be good and work with his brother and the Avengers again in Doomsday and Secret Wars. So Loki could possibly make a sacrifice in Doomsday or Secret Wars, and now that the universe again gets restored, Thor could have hope that Loki, his brother, is out there, and the rest of his family as well. And keep in mind, yes, this is coming after Secret Wars, and a lot of people might think, well, they might not have a plan for that yet. They do. Marvel knows what's going to happen at the end of Secret Wars. They know how Phase 7 or Phase 1, if they decide to start over and call it that, they know how it's going to begin. They know how they're introducing the X-Men. They have 4 release dates already set for 2028. They know what the new plan is. So it sounds like right now they are throwing Thor into that new plan. So let me know what you'd like to see from Thor Quest in the comments down below. Now, like I mentioned, with the Fantastic Four First Steps, it does seem like they cut out a pretty decent scene, and that scene might have been with John Malkovich. The original runtime posted for the Fantastic Four First Steps was 2 hours and 10 minutes. Then on Monday, AMC and Regal both updated the runtime of the Fantastic Four First Steps to be 1 hour and 55 minutes. Well, yesterday, when we got the new official final trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps, as per usual, Disney sent out a press release for the trailer releasing, and so far every press release that they have released has mentioned John Malkovich, but in this recent press release it did not. So a lot of people were thinking that he was playing a villain in the film, but his scene got cut. Now also keep in mind that Marvel Studios recently did some test screenings for the Fantastic Four, so we know that they got some feedback about the movie recently, and perhaps the scene that had John Malkovich's character in it didn't perhaps resonate very well with the test audiences, which could have very well led to Marvel Studios simply deciding to cut that scene altogether. Now, it's interesting because he's already been teased in the trailers, so people will kind of be expecting to see him, but it wouldn't be the first time that you saw somebody in the trailer or somebody was announced to be in a movie and their scenes got cut altogether. Just think about Seth Rollins in Captain America: Brave New World. He was cast for the movie, so was an entire Serpent Society, but Marvel Studios basically decided to simply just kind of scrap the whole idea of that, scrap all of those characters except for Giancarlo Esposito, in which they actually brought him in after the fact. So Marvel has done this before. I really wouldn't be surprised if they decided to do it again because the test reactions weren't that good. Now, as far as the VisionQuest series is concerned, according to a production designer for the show, Will Hughes Jones, we're going to be getting 8 episodes of VisionQuest. Now, we know Ultron is returning in VisionQuest, but we've also been hearing that Ultron isn't going to go away after VisionQuest and that he's going to be sticking around. We've also been hearing that we might see a human form of Ultron. We also heard a report that Jarvis and Friday are going to be in the Disney Plus show as well, according to Daniel RPK. So really what this show is going to be about is Tony Stark's AIs. These were all created from Tony Stark. Ultron, Jarvis, Friday, Vision, they all came from the same code from Tony Stark, but they're all different. So it will be quite different, but we know that Vision and Ultron are going to be sticking around. In fact, according to Daniel RPK, Marvel Studios has plans for Ultron to appear in multiple projects after VisionQuest, which I think a lot of fans will be really happy to hear since he's such a huge villain in the comics, and he never really goes away. He's kind of essentially immortal just because of what he is. Being connected to the internet makes it to where he can virtually never die. And that's great because after Age of Ultron, a lot of fans were pretty disappointed that he seemed to be a one and done character when he really should be in the MCU kind of forever. There's lots of amazing stories that they could tell with Ultron, and it's nice to know that we could still get those stories down the line, and VisionQuest is our next story with Ultron. So a lot happening in the MCU right now. It's very exciting. Go ahead and let me know what you think about all this news in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Marvel. You can catch us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.